So hi there students, welcome back to another video lesson. So this will be our second part for quartiles of ungrouped data. So yung first part po ng ating video lesson has something to do with Mendenhall and Sinkik method. So for this video lesson, our second part, so didiscuss ko naman po dito is yung pagdetermine ng value ng quartiles of ungrouped data using linear interpolation. So again, our lesson objective hanggang matapos tayo ng percentiles is to calculate specified measure of position of the data. Okay, so by the way, yung mga learning competencies ng grade 10 for 4th quarter, so usually applied lahat sila sa mga video lesson kasi meron dyan is yung ini-interpret natin yung measures of position and then solving problems involving measures of position. So ayan. So, kaya kung mapapansin nyo yung sa sa first page natin, quarter 4 lessons na lang nalagay ko. So, hindi na ako naglagay ng week 1, week 2, week 3, and so on. Okay, so for this video lesson, our focus is to discuss quartiles of ungrouped data using the linear interpolation method. So, let us start. So let us have the definition of quartile. So what is a quartile? So quartiles are the scores which divides the data into 4 equal parts. So ayan. So 'di ba meron tayong quarters. So 'di ba yung school year natin hinahati siya into 4 quarters. So ayan, 4. So, kaya yung mga scores, yung data, dinidivide niya into 4 equal parts. So, ang tawag po doon is quartiles. And then, 25% of the distribution are below the first quartile. 50% are below the second quartile or the middle quartile. And then, 75% are below the upper quartile. So, para mas maintindihan nyo yung mga percentage na yan, so let us have an illustration. So, ayan. Halimbawa, ito po yung ating data. Halimbawa, buo pa yan. And then, kapag hinati po natin yan, data na yan, into 4 equal parts, makikita po natin dyan na meron tayong lower quartile, middle quartile, and then upper quartile. So, yung 25% na sinasabi ko kanina na below the first quartile, ito po yun. Ito, di ba? Ito ang position ng lower quartile. Yan. Ito siya, yung naka-arrow na yan. So, ibig sabihin, itong portion na to, below the first quartile po yan. And then, 50% are below the second quartile. So, middle quartile, ito naman po siya. So, nasa gitna. Okay, so ibig sabihin 50% ang mas mababa sa kanya, diretso. And then, kapag naman upper quartile, ito, yung nasa bandang dulo. So, ibig sabihin 75% ang mas mababa sa upper quartile. So, again, yung middle quartile natin dyan is yung tinatawag na median. So, what is linear interpolation? So, bago po tayo mag-proceed sa paggamit ng method na to, so let us have first the definition of linear interpolation. So, the simplest method of getting the values at positions in between 2 points is called linear interpolation. Okay, so, using Mendenhall and Sinkik method, so, nakukuha natin yung lower and upper quartile values. So, ganun din naman dito sa method na to. Kaya lang, ang pinagkaiba lang nila is makukuha talaga natin dito yung exact value, yung eksaktong value ng quartile 1 and quartile 3. Okay, so, ito yung mga steps na dapat nating tandaan muna. So, we have to arrange the scores in ascending order. So, laging first step po yan sa kahit anong process na gagawin natin for measures of position. We have to arrange them, the scores, in ascending order. Usually kasi ascending, pataas. And then, we will locate the position of the score in the distribution. Okay, so after nating i-arrange yung mga scores, yung mga data in ascending order, that is the time to calculate the position of the score that we are looking for. Okay, and then, if the resulting position have decimals, proceed to interpolation. Now, hindi lahat po ng nakukuha nating position for quartile 1 and quartile 3 is ginagamitan ng linear interpolation. So, kapag po yung nakuha nating position is exact, like for example, Q sub 1, the answer or the location is the fourth data in the distribution. So, we don't need to use linear interpolation. It's because we just simply look for the fourth data in the given distribution. Makukuha na natin kung ano yung value ng quartile 1. So, applicable lang po yung linear interpolation kapag may decimals. Like for example, ang nakuha nating value for quartile 1 is halimbawa 4.3. Ayan. Meron siyang decimal. That is the time that we have to use interpolation method. Okay, here are the steps of linear interpolation. So again, we are only using this method if the obtained position, yung nakuha nating position, have decimals. Kapag sakto, we don't need to use this method. So for the first step, get the difference between the two values where Q sub K is located. Okay. So, halimbawa, ang na-obtain nating position, halimbawa, for Q sub 1 is 3.5. So, 3.5. Okay, so, saan located ang 3.5? Siyempre, sa pagitan po ng third and fourth data. Okay, so, yung range na 3 to 4, nandun po yung 3.5. So, kung anong third data natin, tsaka fourth data natin, pag-subtract lang po natin yon. And then, kapag may nakuha tayong difference sa step 1, i-multiply lang po natin yon dun sa decimal part ng position na nakuha natin. Okay. Halimbawa, kapag pinag-subtract na natin yung third and fourth data natin, and then may nakuha tayo na difference, i-multiply natin yung nakuha nating difference na yon dun sa decimal part ng position ng Q sub 1. So, di ba, ito yung 3.5. Okay, so ano ang decimal part dyan? Of course, that is 0.5. Okay, halimbawa, 0.7. Ayan, 3.7, the decimal part is 0.7. Okay, so decimal part is 0.5. I-multiply natin dun sa difference na nakuha natin sa step 1. So, by the way, mga steps natin dito ay sunod-sunod dapat. So, kaya nga steps sila, sunod-sunod. Ibig sabihin din nun, kapag wala tayong nakuha ang value for step 1, impossible na makuha natin yung sagot sa step 2. And then, kapag mali po yung sagot na nakuha natin sa step 1, mali rin po ang sagot natin sa step 2 tsaka sa step 3. So, kailangan sa umpisa pa lang, alam natin dapat na tama. So, kailangan dito makuha natin kung ano yung exact position ng ating hinahanap. Okay. So, for the next and last step, add the result in step 2, the second or smaller number. Okay. So, di ba, pag minultiply natin yung nakuha nating difference doon sa decimal part ng Q sub K, kung ano man yung kinukuha nating position, i-add natin yon doon sa value na mas mababa. Okay, so 'di ba, yung 3.5 nasa pagitan siya ng third and fourth data. Okay, so and then halimbawa dito sa step 2, M, halimbawa M. So nakuha natin M. I-add po natin 'yon doon sa third data. Okay, yung smaller number. So, alin na mas maliit, yung third o yung fourth data? Siyempre, since naka-arrange sila in ascending order, yung third data yung pinaka mas mababa. Okay, so kung ano man yung number ng third data na yon, i-add po natin dun sa nakuha natin sa step 2. So, para mas maintindihan nyo yung steps ng linear interpolation, of course, mas maganda na magkaroon tayo ng example. So the recorded temperature in degrees Celsius of John's room for the past 10 days are as follows. So room temperature po ang ating pinag-uusapan, expressed in degrees Celsius. Okay, ayan. 17, 23, 16, 21, 22, 19, 16, 20, 18, 22. So, yan po yung room temperature for the past 10 days ng room ni John. So, again, what is the first step? We will arrange the temperatures in ascending order. So, bago yon, we will find the value of the quartile 1, the lower quartile. Okay, so again, the first step, arrange the scores, the data in ascending order. So, wag muna tayo mag-proceed sa pag-apply ng formula, pagsunod ng steps, hanggat hindi natin na-arrange yung mga data in ascending order. So, kapag ginawa natin yon, automatically mali po ang ating sagot na makukuha. Kasi nga, position ng hinahanap natin dito, kailangan accurate, kailangan tama, naka-arrange dapat yung mga scores. So, arrange natin yung mga temperatures. So, una muna, 16. 16. So, dalawa yung 16. And then, 17. Next, we have 18, 19, 20. So, 18, 19, 20. And then, 21. And then, dalawang 22. Tsaka isang 23. So, isang 21, dalawang 22, at isang 23. What is N? N is 10. Why 10? Because past 10 days. So, yan po yung mga temperature ng room ni John for the past 10 days. That is why N is equal to 10. So, yung next step natin, we will locate the position of quartile 1. Okay, so mapapansin nyo, naka-arrange na yung ating mga temperature, recorded temperature for the past 10 days. So, pwede na natin kunin ang position ng quartile 1, the lower quartile, that is through the formula 1/4 times the quantity of N plus 1. So, 1/4 times N, that is 10. So, 10 plus 1 muna. That is 11. Now, if we will multiply 1/4 by 11, our answer will be 11 over 4. Now, dividing 11 by 4, so the exact position of quartile 1 will be 2.75. Okay, so 11 by 4 divided by 4 is equal to 2.75. Okay, so saan located ang 2.75? Na yan. Sa pagitan po yan ng second and third data. Okay, so kailangan kasi natin yan mamaya sa step number 1. Now, for the next step, subtract second data from the third data. Okay, so di ba nakapaloob nga yung 2.75 sa pagitan ng 2 and 3. So, nasan yung pangalawa tsaka pangatlong score? Ito po yung 16 tsaka 17. So, gagawin natin, pagsusubtract natin yon. So, that is 17 minus 16. The difference will be 1. So, ibig sabihin, 1 ang nakuha nating sagot. Next, multiply the result in step 3 by the decimal part obtained in the second step. Okay. So, since yung nakuha nating difference dun sa step 3 is 1, so yung 1 po na yon, i-multiply po natin sa decimal part ng nakuha nating sagot dun sa position ng quartile 1. So, ito po yon, 2.75. So, ano yung decimal part natin dyan? Siyempre po, 0.75 or 75 hundredths. So, i-multiply natin yan. So, 1 times 0.75. So, any number multiplied to 1, of course, the answer is the number itself. So, the answer is 0.75. So, yan po yung nakuha nating product. Next, add the result in step 4 to the second or smaller number. So, yung 0.75 ngayon, i-add natin doon sa smaller number. So, saan natin makukuha yung smaller number? So, di ba? Yung second data and third data ang kinuha natin, which is 16 and 17. Ayun siya. So, alin ang mas maliit sa dalawa na yan? Of course, 16. So, i-add ngayon natin yung nakuha nating sagot sa step 4, which is 0.75. Okay. So, 16 plus 0.75, that is 16.75. Therefore, Q sub 1 is equal to 16.75. So, yan po yung value ng ating lower quartile, 16.75 degrees Celsius. So, if we are to interpret the result, so, ibig sabihin yan, 25% of the recorded temperature is less than or equal to 16.75 degrees Celsius. Next, example number 2. Mathematics exam scores of 20 students of grade 10 Hope. Find the third quartile of the data. So, ayan po yung mga scores. So, i-arrange natin yan in ascending order. Okay. So, yung pinakamababa natin, syempre, is 23. Okay, next. After natin ilista yung 23, we have 34. So, bear with me kasi marami sila. So, 36 ang kasunod niya. Next. Wala nang line of 3. So, line of 4 naman tayo. Bilugan natin yung 40, 42, and 49. So, ilista natin 40, 42, 49. Next, line of 5 naman. So, yung line of 5 natin ay tatlo. 56, 57, 59. 56, 57, 59. Next, line of 6 naman. So, we have 61. What else? 66. Katapos nun, line of 7. 71. Next, we have 74, 75, and 76. Next, we have line of 8. So, we have 83, 84, 87. 83, 84, 87. Line of 9, 98. And then, a perfect score, 100. So, ayan, nai-arrange na po natin yung mga scores in ascending order. So, dito, n is equal to 20. Because there are 20 students. So, ayan yung ating mga in-arrange kanina. So, from 23 up to 100. Now, for the second step, locate the position of Q sub 3. Okay. So, Q sub 3 is equal to 3/4 times n plus 1. So, n here is 20. So, ayan, kitang-kita naman mismo sa problem, 20 students. So, n is equal to 20. Next, 3/4 times 20 plus 1. So, 3/4 times 20 plus 1, that is 21. So, 3 times 21, that is 63 over 4. So, kapag dinivide po natin ang 63 sa 4, ang makukuha po nating sagot is 15.75. So, ibig sabihin ang position po ng quartile 3 is yung 15.75 score, data. Now, yung 15.75, nasa pagitan po siya ng 15 and 16 score. So, ayan po ulit yung ating mga scores. So, for the next step, third step, subtract the 15th data from the 16th data. So, yung nakuha nating position for quartile 3 is 15.75, di ba? So, nasa pagitan po yun ng 15th and 16th data. So, kung ititrace natin yon dito sa ating data na naka-arrange, yung pang 15th data natin is 76, while 83 is the 16th data. So, following the step, we will subtract. So, 83 minus 76, that is equal to 7. So, the difference between 83 and 76, or the 15th and 16th data, is 7. Next step, number 4. Multiply the result in step 3 by the decimal part obtained in the second step. Okay, so yung nakuha nating position ng quartile 3 is 15.75. Yung ating decimal part dyan is yung 0.75. Okay, so ibig sabihin, yung nakuha nating result sa third step, which is 7, imumultiply natin sa decimal part ng position ng quartile 3, which is 0.75. So, 7 times 0.75, that is equal to 5.25. Ayan. Next, yung last step natin, add the result in step 4 to the second or smaller number. Okay, so yung nakuha nating result na 5.25, i-add natin dun sa smaller number. Okay, so saan na naman natin makukuha yung smaller number? So, di ba yung 15th data natin 76? 83 naman yung 16th data. So, yung 15th data po natin na 76, yun po yung smaller number. So, ang gagawin natin, 76 plus 5.25. So, pag in-add natin yan, we have 81.25. So, therefore, Q sub 3 is equal to 81.25. So, yan po yung exact value ng quartile 3. So, what does it mean? So, 75% of the student scores is less than or equal to 81.25. So, sulat natin. So, 75% of the student scores is less than or equal to 81.25. Okay, so kapag ini-interpret po natin yung mga data, okay, so ayan po yung mismong interpretation niya. So since quartile 3 is 75%, so kaya yan, 75% of the student scores is less than or equal to 81.25. So yung kabaligtaran naman 75%, so that is 25% of the student score is greater than or equal to 81.25. So we are now done discussing quartiles of ungrouped data using the two methods. So Mendenhall and Synckick method, and yung kadidiscuss lang linear interpolation. So next measure of position will be deciles of ungrouped data. So ganun pa rin. Mendenhall muna, tapos linear interpolation. So that's all. Thank you.